Every day, I watch people as they go through their cleanses. I watch them as they go through their parasite cleanses. I watch them as they go through their yeast and mold cleanses. And then, of course, I see them when they go into their chemical detoxifications. This is like a process that is a step one, two, three. It's not like I just do it here and do it there. That is maintenance. Most people I find out there today, they're doing maintenance on themselves, and maintenance does not make huge changes. Maintenance is after you've really released the pathogen load on the body, having too many yeast, mold, parasites in the system, getting those loads down in the body. And also maintenance is after the chemicals. If you take the detox test as far as the detox for chemicals, looking at pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, these things, the organophosphates that are so dangerous, the perchlorate that really shuts down the thyroid, it stops it from absorbing iodine. And then the heavy metals, arsenic, lead, mercury, because a lot of times your parasites are eating these chemicals in your body. So as you kill a parasite in your body, it releases its contents. You need to be able to have some type of binder or something to grab a hold of it, like the charcoal and the clays, to grab a hold of this stuff and pull it out of the body, because they're eating metals. They're eating arsenic, they're eating cadmium, things like this. And so as they die, they release it in your body to be reabsorbed. And that's why you have these detox reactions, especially in children. You have the autistic children and kind of learning disabilities. When they begin to detox, they go into spaz mode, just freak out, feet in the air, throw on the ground. And so when parents see this, they think something's wrong. But actually, something is actually right, because this is the reaction of their nervous system getting it, releasing these chemicals from the body and then recirculating through the body through like the blood system. So the idea is once you release it from the tissues, like the liver, the kidneys, the organs that a chemical is sitting in, the idea is to get it out of the body before it reabsorbs again. This is why saunas are so good, sitting in a hot sauna, sweating it out of your body. The Hubbard method they had many years ago, they had a high dose niacin, like 300 milligrams a day. And believe me, if you take niacin, make sure you slowly introduce it to your body, because niacin gives you that niacin flush. And those of you who've taken it out there know what I'm talking about. So introduce it slowly. But the Hubbard method also had people detoxing with saunas. A lot of saunas almost 5 days a week. And so they did this many years ago because of radiation poisoning. So when we got exposed to radiation, and today there's no radiation exposure. Okay, let me rephrase that. Today we're overly exposed with radiation, 5G, 6G, 30G, 6G, our TVs, our cell phones, our phones are walking around with the side of our head, just exposing ourselves to radiation all day long. Anytime you notice, since they've had the early 1900s, the Spanish flu, I don't know why they call it the Spanish flu, but the idea is anytime there was some huge flu and avian flu and this flu and these different things come out, notice there were always huge changes in introduction to radio waves. And most of the military has been playing around with this to surveillance, reconnaissance, these type of things. But today, 5G towers line our city blocks. Every so many feet they're there because 5G 2.4 gigahertz, right? Huge radiation impulses to the body. These things greatly affect us. We have radiation poisoning once again. So this little chip I'm wearing, unfortunately, they don't make these, but the music that goes in these does affect you, from Robert Aviles. So a cool story I want to share with you is when Japan had its meltdown, the nuclear facilities had the radiation poisoning delivered into the workers there, the people surrounding cities. Interesting enough, when Robert was over there doing some testing in Japan, they tested the workers in the plants that had the meltdowns, and the ones that were wearing the chips, guess how much exposure they had to radiation poisoning? Zero. They had zero exposure to radiation poisoning. I mean, not the exposure, but as far as the poisoning being in their blood, they tested their body. So these people were completely safe from radiation by simply wearing a device that did what? This little device doesn't protect you by emitting anything. There's no signal. But what it does do, it enhances your biofield. So as you're doing all these detoxes, you got to remember one thing. You're trying to enhance your biofield. Your biofield is your immune system. It is the indicator of how healthy a person is. Not just how healthy, but how in tune they are with themselves. All these great teachers has walked before us. They have huge biofields. I measured one teacher's field 90 plus feet. when he expanded his biofield, he had a 90-foot field. I've never seen someone with a field that big. So all this radiation, what does it do? It diminishes your biofield. And so even if you don't have access to something like I have here, what you do have is you have access to Robert's music. We're going to have on our YouTube site soon, you'll have one of his songs that has these embedded frequencies in here that will neutralize and expand your field. And when I say neutralize, it harmonizes, that's really the correct word, harmonizes the organs and glands. Each organ or gland is like a musical instrument. It plays its own sound. So it's like a symphony going on inside your body of your organs and glands. And so wearing the harmony chip does that, but it comes from his music. And he got the frequencies embedded in him. These harmonic overtones that came to him came from the whales. He had an interaction, which is a very long story, of the humpback whales in California, and all his music began to change. So because he was just a pure soul that he was, they downloaded him with these frequencies. The whales, we know, have all these healing sounds, but guess what? The whales have stopped singing. Over 60% around the world, the whales are not singing right now, guys, especially the blue whales. I don't know if you've seen this. This is not good news. If the blue whales stop singing, why are they doing this is the question. Well, one thing is their food. The plankton, it's harder for them to find the food. They're having to travel much further looking for their meals. But is it because they're sad? They're hungry? Are they starving? Maybe so. Scientists don't know. But the whales have stopped singing. So this is not a good thing for humanity. So guys, humanity is starting with each one of us. With all the radio waves, with the pathogens in the bodies, the chemicals in our bodies, for you to keep cleansing your body, enhancing your biofield, you being in tune with yourself is the biggest humanitarian thing you can do on this planet right now. You can't stop a war by yourself. You can't save people from starving by yourself. But what you can do is you can work on yourself. And one thing that's always needed, and especially now in this world today, guys, I cannot make this more clear, is human beings need more compassion. This is what the monks said. Compassion means to allow people to be themselves. Stop judging others so much. Have a little compassion towards each other. If you see these starving kids and genocide stuff happening online, have a little compassion. I find it very bizarre today that people I've known for many years have no compassion for other people. Just because the child is dying, well, he's part of this other group. He's part of this other religion, this faith. He's still a starving child, guys. I don't care what culture, boy or girl, what religion, what faith, a child is a child. And so being a humanitarian, if you cannot find compassion in your heart, guess what happens to your field? You will have no field. For your heart to vibrate, this electromagnetic engine, this device running in your body creates this huge toric field around the body. Doing Qigong, doing the cleanses helps the field stay that way. But you know what generates it all? This love, unconditional love. So if you can't find within yourself to forgive others, to stop judging others, and to be a little more compassionate towards humanity itself, you're not being a very good humanitarian. So I look at all life as valuable. Humans, animals, plants. Humanitarian means you love all things, all people, all ways of life. And so I'm asking all of you out there right now to find the humanitarian in yourself, find a little more compassion towards others, and that way keep your field out so we are not the parasites on Mother Earth. We are communing with the planet. So guys, I'm Dr. Patrick Price today, the humanitarian. I'm asking all of you to find a humanitarian in yourself. You have a great day.